Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi Tomar from FoundersCart and today I am here to explain the procedure of complete transfer of share from a non-resident to resident or from a resident to non-resident. We have to report if a transfer is happened between a non-resident to a resident or a non. In this case, we have to inform to the RBI about the transfer of shares and about the money that we exchange in respect of that. So for this, we have to know what is FCTRS, what is the complete process and how a company can file FCTRS form to RBI. So let's start the process for filing the form to RBI. First of all, you have to know what is the procedure for FCTRS. So the provision for FCTRS is first thing that we have to know, that is the literal meaning of FCTRS is foreign currency transfer. FCTRS means foreign currency transfer of shares. So it is form used by the shareholder resident outside India and resident India and vice versa, and when they transfer their shares and there is an exchange of money in between of them or by way of gift they transfer the shares, then in that respect we have to file the form FCTRS to our AD bank. AD bank will verify the same, will approve the same and will report it to the RBI. So there is the securities which include in FCTR, that is if there is a transfer of equity shares, there is a transfer of convertible preference shares and there is a transfer of convertible debenture. What is the form? So we have a complete process on by the RBI through which we can file our FCTRS form. RBI just introduced a website, that is forms. This is a online website, online platform for reporting of foreign investment in India in single master form. So first of all, your organization, if there is a first time transfer of shares of your organization, you can just do one thing. You can just register your company as a business user on form portal, and after that you can use single master form for FCTRS for your company compliance. So the procedure is simple. First of all, you have to register your company as a business user. After that you have to log in on forms, and after that you have to log into SMF. And then you have to select return type. There is a return type like there is a option for FCGPR, there is a option for FCTRS. You have to select FCTRS. Then you have to give the investment details, transfer detail, remittance detail, shareholding pattern of your company, and after that you can submit the form after attaching some important documentation. We have given the draft of each and every document in the below sheet of this complete explanation sheet, and you can just note down the draft from our website. So what you need to do, you have to go on the website, that is www.forms.rbi.org.in. After visiting the website, this page comes in front of you. Here you have to select here new register user if you are going to register your company for the first time. When you click here on new register user, this screen will come in front of your screen. Here you have to fill the information of authorized signatory of your company, who is giving his details and who is receiving the OTP each and every time. And in that case, you have to give the bank account detail of your company also, so that the RBI have the information of your bank account. After that, you have to attach the letter of authorization. So this is the draft that is given by the forms RBI, and you cannot change the draft. You can just fill the information of the authorized signatory, and after that you can submit the same. So after this, you have to log in here on SMF portal, that is single master form portal, and you have to click here on this point. There is 3 tick, 3 navigation, and when you tick here, you have to select the form, that is FCTRS. When you select the form FCTRS, you have to fill here, start the details. You have to give the details here about the transfer of the shares of the company. In first column, you have to give here the detail of the common investment detail of your company, that is the SIN number, company name, PAN number, and applicable secretarial caps, ceiling, etc. And PIN code, registered office address of your company, green field, whether the investment is in green field or in a brown field, you have to select here accordingly. And then you have to fill the form FCTRS from now. You have to submit here save and draft, and after clicking here on save and draft, you have to give in here the detail of transfer by way of, whether transfer is by way of gift or by way of other way, you have to select here. Then you have to give here the whether the change in the shareholding pattern due to this transaction, if there is any change, you have to select according to your transaction of your company. Transfer form, what is the transfer form, like resident to non-resident or non-resident to resident or other options, you have to select according to your company, your transfer details. Then you have to fill here the transfer type. What is the transfer type? And after that you have to give here the date of transfer. So in date of transfer, you have to, in case date of transfer is after the due date of the filing of FCTRS form, future date, select the date as applicable date. Provide the date of transfer as per the transfer agreement as an attachment under the other attachment. And you have to take the date of the resolution that is company is passing in their board of meeting, and accordingly you can select your transfer date. Then nature of transfer. What is the nature of transfer of shares? You have to select here, but this is not applicable in case of it is if this is a gift. Then you have to give here the donor and seller, buyer and seller details of your company, who is purchasing the shares, who is selling the shares. You have to give their complete details. Particular of transfer, you have to type of capital, what is it transferring, then number of instrument, then conversion ratio, and after that you have to give here transfer price per instrument, total consideration in transfer, and then you have to fair value of instrument at the time of transfer. You have to give complete detail according to your company. Like if the company's face value of shares is 10 rupees and you are getting the shares at 10 rupees only, then and assume that number of shares is 10,000. So you have to fill here 10,000 as a number of shares and 10 as a per face value rupees of a share, and then you have to multiply by that total amount involved in this is 1 lakh rupees. So after that you have to give here remittance detail, whatever amount you have received, what is the mode of payment, a name of authorized dealer bank, address of authorized dealer bank, date of remittance and date total tranches in which money has been received, amount of tranches, date of remittance and is last date tranches. So you have to select here accordingly, and after that you have to give here whether the remitter is different from a foreign investor. You have to select yes and no according to your company. Then you have to take here on declaration. At last what you need to do, you have to give the shareholding pattern of your company pre and post transfer of shares. In pre transfer of shares you have to give your existing shareholding, and in post transfer of shares you have to include the new person as a shareholder, and after that you have to give their detail in this, and then you have to attach here the document, that is format of declaration given by non-resident transferor and transferee. You have to get it signed by the transferor and transferee and attached to the FCTRS form. After that you have to give here the relevant document. See, if the transfer is by way of gift, you have to attach here the whatever applicable approval, consent letter and non-resident declaration. But if the transfer of shares is by way of sale, then transfer agreement, valuation certificate of the shares of the company, non-resident declaration, FIRC outward remittance need to be attached in FCTRS form. So these are the complete documentation that is attached in the FCTRS, and this is the complete process for filing the form of FCTRS to your AD bank and to inform to the RBI. So if you have any query and any questions regarding this, we at FoundersCart are the professional teams and we are here to help you. Thank you so much for your time.